Hey, it's Teapot. And as you see, I've kind of taken off my armor, and you also see that I have a about 3/4 of a stack of iron ingots in here. The thing is, we are going to go to the trial chamber today, but I do want to make a new set of copper tools and copper armor, because I want to kind of have it be a fair fight. I've had all this diamond armor and these diamond tools, and they're kind of OP. I want to go in with copper tools and copper armor, but I am going to kind of get them up and running. So let's go ahead and go over to a crafting table. We'll go ahead and create a, let's go ahead and create a sword first. So I've got my copper sword. I'm going to go to the anvil over here, and I'm going to go ahead and take this copper sword. I'm going to put sharpness 3 on it. I'm going to put sweeping edge on it, and I'm going to put knockback on it. So I'm going to have a nice little copper sword that's going to go into the battle with us. I want to do the same thing with a wood axe, a copper axe. So I'm going to take this copper axe, I'm going to put Unbreaking 3 on it. And I've also got a Smite 1 book, which I think is going to help me in the trial chambers. If I had a bigger Smite book, I would use it, but I just don't. Probably need to put Unbreaking 3 on that sword as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Goodness, that's taking us up to 10 levels already. Let's hold off on that for a bit. I was going to make a pickaxe. And I'm just going to go ahead and put Unbreaking 3 on that as well. Let's go ahead and put, that already has Unbreaking 3. So I think these are the 3 tools that I'm going to take into this chamber here. I need to put Unbreaking 3 on that, and Unbreaking 3 on this pickaxe as well. Now that kind of drops us down to not very many levels at all. So I'm going to have to do some trading with these guys and get my levels back up to snuff. So I'll take care of that, and we'll talk a little bit more about my armor in a bit. All right, so I went ahead and crafted all of the armor, and I just need to go ahead and add the books to it. If you have a lot of emeralds, then having these stone cutters are a real good way of getting XP, and I'll show you how in just a minute. Let me go ahead and I want to add prop 4 first, then I want to add Unbreaking 3, and then I want to add mending. And so that means that it's going to take, what, 13 levels in order to get that up, and I have 12 levels here. So obviously this is not going to be enough if I do prop 4 first, then the Unbreaking 3. Then that's not going to be enough to put mending on. But keep in mind that the lower your levels are when you actually do a trade, the more XP level you get from it. And of course, I've been kind of doing this block of quartz trade because it does get me a lot of XP. Notice that got me up to level 7 XP. So I'm going to do quartz on this one as well. I can do that a couple of more of these guys. I just need to make sure I want to do block of quartz and not the quartz pillar. The block of quartz gets me a little bit more choice of what to do with stuff later on. But notice that jumps me up. I'm already at level 13. I'll do one more quartz, block of quartz here. Yeah, that only gets me up to level 14. Level 14, remember, would be enough to do another piece of armor here. I could take these copper leggings and put the prop 4, put the Unbreaking 3, and put the mending on. So the thing is, this pair is done. The chest plate only needs the mending added to it. The boots still need everything. But I'm going to go ahead and finish that up off camera and get into my copper suit and start exploring in a little bit. All right, so we are all armored up and we are going to go on our little adventure. So let's go ahead and get our map in our hand. We're going to start heading off to the adventure here. It's nice that we have a Okay, we're at the end of the road. Still have a little bit farther to go, so let's go ahead and delve through. Hello, Mr. Pig. All right, so we're pretty close. I'm thinking around this point, I want to go ahead and start kind of digging almost straight down. Of course, I didn't do a shovel. Let's go ahead and straddle the line, boys. Okay, so that'll take us down into a cave. Ouch. Gotta dig straight down. Some replacement copper. Let's check what our level is right now. We're at level 43. We can already see the benefits that the Unbreaking 3 has put on this pickaxe. Normally it wouldn't be lasting nearly as long as it is. Okay, still no real discovery here. Finally getting down to the deep slate level. And I notice here we are at the brick level. So if we break through here, this should take us into the chamber proper. Yep. And there's the copper down there for the trails. All right, so I am armored up. I do have some obsidian to build a portal because I eventually want to make this a place that we go to a couple of times. Trial spawner is crackling, so no time like the present. Let's go ahead and investigate what's going on here. I see there's a pit down there. Ah, some stuff has risen up. All right. Everything's down there. Just a little weary. Okay, so we have 3 spawners here, and now we can actually have the husks coming after us. Oh, now that husk has given us hunger, which is not good. All right, so still got some things going here. Cool, so husks take 3 swipes with our sword. There sure are a lot of them down there, and I didn't make a bow, which is a little frustrating. I have to find some way to get down there and deal with them. All right, we're down here. Let's deal with them. Okay, so I do have armor on. It's prop 4 armor, but it's not overpowered. I think it's just about the right amount of power for what I've got here. Also keep in mind that I don't have... let's go ahead and take some of these fire charges out, because the breeze could easily trigger these off, and I really don't want them triggered off on me. I know that the breezes are still running around up here. Still hear the husks. Okay. There we are. There's our first battle with the breeze. There we go, and that gives us our first breeze rods. Excellent. All right, so I'm down. Oh, there we are. There's another husk. I'm going to go ahead and build back up. There's our another breeze right there. There we go, use the smite axe. There's the breeze still down there. Okay, got the breeze. If I can get back up. And it looks like these are offering some gifts now. So it looks like we got bread from that one, and there's a key there, and there's a potion of speed. But we did get our first trial key. Let's see what we get out of this. So we got some emeralds, and we got a shield. Nice. So yeah, we really don't need the trial chamber map on our hotbar anymore, but a shield would definitely help with things. Awesome. All right, so I've done a little bit of work down here. I've taken those 3 spawners that we have. I've kind of enclosed them. I've set up a little bit of redstone so that when I press this button, then 3 dispensers around those will basically cause things to flow. I can press this button again. I have to have this button pretty far away because of the breezes. The breezes will trigger the redstone. And then down here, I've got a little collection area where I can kill the husks and breezes as they come down. Their drops come down into this hopper. Also, you may notice I've changed a little bit of the structure, because once you get something out of the vault, basically the vault is useless. And so if you notice back here, these are some of the vaults that I've already gotten items from. And so I've been trying to clear out the area in here. So these vaults are kind of useless. I still need to clear out this area. And I think I've got one more vault that I can access down on this level. I believe it's this one. No, I've gotten that one. So I've gotten all the vaults on this level. And then if I go up to the top level, so I've set up my nether portal. I've already attached to the nether hub. I've got some things over here that I still can clear out the area of. Let me get around this. I believe that one is still ready, and of course I've got the ominous one over there as soon as I take an ominous potion. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to be clearing out this area, and then of course if I go down these steps again, like I said, I've been closing off that area. I've got this little path right here that's pointing to the next area of the trial chamber. So if I go down here, you'll notice that there's already some mobs flying around here, and that's because there's some... Ouch! Well, guess what? I guess I'm jumping into battle right now. Ouch. Keeps dropping me a level lower, and it's... well, ominous. Some of the husks have fallen in there. The husks turned to zombies, and the zombies turned to drowned. So now I've got a whole bunch of drowned in there. Oh, he's breaking the pots. That's no good. I wanted to break the pots. Over here. And of course, part of the problem is that I've got knockback, so I knock him back. There we go. Finally got rid of that one. So that probably means the second one's going to spawn for me. So it said that he cracked a pot. I want to find all these pots. I really want to kind of collect them because a lot of these have the shards that are pretty nice to have. So I'm going to go ahead and get through all these. Keep in mind that the pots also do collect a bit of items in them. Let's see, any other pots on this level? If not, I'll just go ahead and drop down to this level. Of course, the pots are all hiding in corners. There's another pot, and of course there's a little iron or something else in these pots, so it's nice to be able to collect these things. Let's go ahead and go down to this bottom area. All right. Then I had some pots over here on this side as well. What's nice is that, you know, this is a way to get the pottery shards that are available in this dungeon. Now here's another area that looks like it's a little bit more down stuff. Oh, here's a nice little chest, and okay, I got shields, we got arrows, we got some poison arrows, and we got some wind charges. Let's go ahead and take all that. Anything else we can go this way for? Looks like no. Looks like it's just kind of a dead end, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that. But yeah, the whole idea is that there is a lot of trial chamber left to explore, and definitely want to work on making it safer. So I'm going to be working on that off to the side. Of course, got all these little drowns bobbing in this little fish tank over here. If I go back up this ladder, I'll go up one more level, I think. Let's go up a level, I said. Let's go up a level, I said. All right, so now that I'm on this level, so the thing is, this is that drowned tank that we've got down here. But there is a little ladder area which leads to the beds. And of course, this is a safe area within the trial chamber. If I keep going this way, I'm going to see more spawners. And I believe this actually gets some, what do you call it? The strays. Okay. Let's go ahead and take on some of these husks, I guess. What's nice is that I can kind of, for these melee mobs, I can just kind of stay back and let my knockback take care of them. So I got some stuff out of that. So we'll go ahead and collect it. I'm going to go ahead and take the contents of these, because those would be bad if they went off. All right, so I've got a little barrel here as well. Oh, cool. I'll deal with that another time, but I basically want to go back to where I was. do kind of need to find where I was. I think I was down this hallway. Yeah, this is the door that I went to. So I kind of created this path so I can find my way back. And so now I've got this, thought I had one left on this level. But now that I've got the key, I've got some pottery sherds, I've got some bricks. I'm going to go ahead and collect in here. But yeah, that's basically what we're going to do, is try and make this area safer and collect the copper and the tough bricks. So that's going to be the plan, and we're going to continue to work on that. And I've kind of calmed down this place. It's much more stable now than it was before. So I've got this little area over here. This is some of the stuff that I've actually gotten from the different trial chambers as I went up against them. Got all my drops in here. These are my tuff blocks, and then I've got some of the other armors and stuff that I've collected. These are my copper blocks, and then in here some of the potions, and these are, I've gotten 3 of the bolt trims, and I've already taken them back, but I've actually got 2 albums from here as well. I have not done any of the ominous yet. I actually plan on doing that in just a minute, but I kind of want to go through and talk about what I've done to kind of stabilize this. So this one I'd shown off a little bit before, but what's happening is, of course, up here I've got 3 trial chambers, and zombies will come out, and I do need to be careful with that. But now if I go down over here, this is where everything comes down to a collection area. I've got water down here where they collect, and everyone's just down here. Now, the thing I have to watch out for is that if the breeze sees me, he will start going off and shooting everything. What I need to do is wait for him to calm down, and then use the sweeping edge on my sword to make things happen. And then I've got a water stream heading down to a hopper down here that's going to collect all of the drops. There's been 1 chicken jockey, which is why you're seeing the raw chicken and the feather in here. And of course, the breezes are going to be the most difficult thing to work with in these, just because they really do want to attack, and their attack basically blows everyone else out of the water. So what I can do is I can actually crouch down here, and they won't be able to see me. After 3 blasts, it's safe to come out. My sweeping edge will take care of that. The thing is, if the breeze isn't aggroed, then the water will take him. But if the breeze is aggroed, then the breeze can actually move against the water. There we go. So that's 1 breeze down. There's the other breeze in there. And of course, the breeze is the one that takes the longest to actually kill. But it does go fairly quickly. And so now that trial ejects its items. Everything's collecting down here. I think I picked up one of these rotten flesh. So let's go up to these stairs. And we can see that all 3 of these have left some treasure here. Now I've got a whole bunch of keys. I've already gone through this place. This isn't a very large trial chamber. It's probably low to medium size. It's low in the spawners. I think there's only 4 groups of spawners that I have. And it's kind of smallish on the size as well. But as I mentioned before, I'm going to be hollowing out some of this stuff. You can already see where I've hollowed out most of this area here behind that, behind where this breeze is. And then of course back here, there's actually more stuff. If I just cut through the wall real quick, you can see I've got this area that's kind of all taken care of. Let me go ahead and put this back. So let's talk about the other areas that I've got. So I've kind of laid out these pathways, but you'll notice I have two other pathways here. One pathway goes down here where there's actually 2 strays and 1 breeze, and I can find it by going down to this level. And this is another thing that I've kind of done. This area is very difficult to work with sometimes, and so it's really nice to have these kind of trapped. If I crouch down, then they'll aggro on me, and when they can't hit me, they'll actually come towards me. There we go. And then, of course, when I've got the last thing here that I can't quite get, am I out of arrows? I'm seriously out of arrows. Well, I actually have this area sealed off so that I don't have to worry about getting damaged. It's just I have to come and get this one last guy, and then, of course, now that gives me my bread. There's another one of these over here. And I'm going to attack it the same way. So they see me, they come over. And they won't actually shoot at me unless they can see my eyes. That's why I keep crouching down. Oops, he has thorns on his armor, which is the only thing I really have to worry about. Notice that basically I crouch down to aggro them. The only issue that I have is that some of these strays do collect on top of the spawner. What I can do is I can put a block on top of, or over the spawner, I should say. But now I do have arrows. And of course I stayed crouched for too long. There we go. So what I can do is I can actually take, let me take a chiseled tuff block and I'll just put it above that so now they can't stand on those. So that's one way that I can solve that problem. That way they only spawn around the spawner. They don't actually get on top of the spawner. I can do the same thing over here. This does have a breeze in here, and the breeze is a little difficult to work with. He's down here. He's in his cage over here. So all I need to do is go over to the cage. And I can crouch. And it does the 3 attacks when it can't see me. But then it can kind of see me. So I need to... But of course, having it contained in an area like this is makes it a lot easier to deal with. And then here comes the second breeze. He's going to do the same stuff. So I can... Thought I can get him? Yeah, I can just barely get him. And I have a feeling I'm going to need to do the same thing where I'm going to need to put blocks above the spawner just to keep him from getting on top of the spawner. There we go. That's going to be enough to get us some chicken. So I'm going to go ahead and do that just to make that. So that is my second spawning area. Now I don't have a door here because breezes can trigger those. They can trigger basically anything that's got redstone in it. Let me go ahead and nibble a bit before we go on to our third area. Now this third area, I do have a direct line from my little base, my operating base, but it is over here, and it's just very simple. I've just got basically a wall that's too high covering these two spawners. So I can drop down now. The only thing you have to worry about with husks is they can spawn with a spear. And when they have a spear, they actually have very long range. And so I think that might be an issue when I start doing an ominous trial. I'm definitely going to have some more spears to worry about. I've only seen one so far. Oh, he's going to hand me my key. Nice. So I can drop. Oh, there was one more husk. Sorry. All right, so that should. Good, another key. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump up to get out of here. Actually, I need to jump on this one. All right, and so now the fourth region that I have is a little bit more hazardous. I'm going to go down here and over here, and you can see that I've got kind of two areas cordoned off. This first area is just going to be a husk area. And again, same idea as before. I want to be able to crouch so that I can see them. They will, of course, come towards me. They will pick up each other's flesh or armor if they drop the armor. So this is almost done. All right. So I believe I can. I can't. That's the problem. I need to find some way to make this work. I probably just need to go ahead and put a copper door here. But I can come in here and get all the stuff. I'll just go ahead and put the trapdoor back here for now. Where's my trapdoor? Just had it. So the other one I've got here, this is another 3 spawner area. It has strays, it has baby zombies, and it has strays, baby zombies, and breezes. And so this is the way that I've got to come up and pick up the drops when they come off of the spawners. But of course, everything collects down here, so I'll just go ahead and collect everything from down here. And of course, water collects, but the breezes kind of mess things up because they're constantly shooting everything. But I believe if I'm close enough, I don't have to worry about it. There we go. And this one, again, because I'm using water, I have another hopper and barrel system to keep track of all the drops. All right. All right. So we just gotta wait for this. Is this our? Are these our last little goblins? There we go. I think I got one more. Yep, I heard stuff ejecting, so I can go ahead and climb up these stairs and go over to this side. And by the way, I've kind of taken out some of the lights in here, put torches up. Eventually, all of this is going to be gone except for the 2 structures that I built in here. All right, so we still have strays and breezes. I just need to get them down to where they'll actually drop down. I have a feeling I probably need to do something like take out this block so that a breeze will actually see me and aggro on me and come down to me. It's like he's not seeing me. All right, let's try one more time, going up there. Let's see if we can get this breeze to actually aggro on me and fall down. There we go. So now if I come down, I just got to stay close, and he won't see my eyes, so he won't aggro on me. And there we go. And that is the last one. So now all my trial spawners have ejected their goodies. So I'm going to go over here and pick them up. The idea is that if I crouch jump, then I can make it. If I don't crouch jump, then I won't make it. Let's go ahead and get out. And try again. But I should be able to get out and get in with that. I've done it several times, and it works pretty well. Point being is that we now have our working spawners, and these are relatively safe enough. I'm only going to have one trapdoor down. That way, if he does shoot something over here, it will open this and close this, so it still makes this immobile, so he won't escape. I am going to go ahead and put a bar up there, though. All right, so this is set up now so that I can actually do an ominous potion and deal with all of these mobs. So I'm going to try that. Let me go back to my base, drop off these ill-gotten gains. And of course, this ladder here takes me right up to where my bed is. I'm going to make sure my spawn is set. Oh, I think there was one other one that I neglected to show you. Let me take care of that real quick. I'm going to go back down. Actually, no, I don't want to go back down. I want to go down this hallway. And so this is one of these towers where there's stray spawners on both sides. So if I climb up the ladder, I'm going to target each of these spawners. There, that one got targeted. And then these two get targeted. And then, of course, because they've targeted on me, they will fall all the way down here. And then I've got this area where I just have to crouch down. They'll see me. They'll start walking towards me. And I can go ahead and basically take them out. Now, I could add a water stream to kind of make them all forced to come down to this end, but I'm leery to do a water stream just because I don't want water coming down here. Of course, the other problem is that right there, they see me. More see me. Awesome, now they're fighting each other. All right, so I got this one over here. I just need him to come over. I think there's another one that was kind of hiding off to the side. All right, so let's go back up here and make sure that they're focused on me, that they're going to fall down. And I'm using the trapdoor trick that they see the trapdoors and they think that they're a full block, so they think they can stand on them. And of course they can't. Ouch. All right. What about you guys? Yeah. I don't want to get stuck down there because it is possible we're... Okay. All right, what do we got? That's done. That one still has some standing on top of it. And then these two still have some. Maybe I can trigger them to fall down. That one fell down. Maybe I can get these to fall down. There we go. So now if they're all down here, I think I still have one guy that's kind of hanging off to the side. So that spawner's done. That spawner still has one left. These spawners still have a couple. Crazy. Come on. I believe that's all four of them now. No, there's still one down here, so he must be down here still. Where is he? Where is he? Oh. Oh, he's hiding up there. So it does take a little effort to come and clear out these, but I've definitely got it much safer than it could have been. So what I'll do is I'll go all the way up to the top level. I can climb underneath here. Oops. Let's try again. Go all the way up to the top. I can come all the way down here, get all of these, then I can come here, get those, and then come all the way down to the bottom. All right, so those are the four regions that we have. So we can actually go through with a ominous potion and make this a lot more fun. So let's go ahead and put our stuff away. So I have a whole bunch of armor that I picked up. And keep in mind, this is just armor that I picked up just from a regular battle. I'm going to go ahead and keep that on my bar. I don't need to keep breeze rods or bones or zombie flesh in here, but I do want to have access to these potions of regeneration. I don't need that bow because I have a bow. I have 25 and 17 arrows. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and put this pickaxe away. I'm going to go ahead and get that ready. I'm going to get one of these regular Bad Omen potions. Excellent. Now I have Bad Omen, and now I can go through here, and now everything should be much tougher. Let's go ahead and trigger this. There we go. All three have been triggered, and you can see that we got much meaner stuff coming at us now. I am already starting to run into some issues. Got stuff happening to me. Ouch. So again, I'm crouching down here so that the breeze will not aggro against me. The problem is that I've got feather falling, which is just now starting to expire. It's not a very exciting battle, but keep in mind that it's basically set up as a farm right now. I feel like the breeze is kind of hiding up there. Let's go ahead and see if we can entice it down. Oh, great. That was fun. Luckily, I slept down here, so let's see if we can get our stuff back. All right, we'll armor up real quick. I'm missing missing my chest plate, which is not good. Probably means that one of those zombies has it. No, it's still here. Good. Did everything fall down? Thinking everything fell down. Let's go down here to our killing chamber and let's see if we can finish killing everything. So you get to see just how much tougher the ominous ones are. Keep in mind that we're still in our copper armor, except I have the gold boots on because I've been going back and forth between my base. Ouch. All right, so what do I have left down here? I'm curious. If I crouch, okay, the breeze is still up there. Sorry, I'm taking this a little timidly just because I've already died once and I'd prefer not to die again. All right. So what do we have left? We still have one more breeze up there. So I'm going to have to go up to the top to aggro that breeze. Let's do that. There we go. Let me actually get out of here so that we can... Oh, those lingering potions, such fun. All right. Almost done. He saw me. Okay. So that means that all the trial chambers should now be done. I should be able to go up here and access that. So what was that we got? I think there was a potion. And we got potatoes. And steak. So, not very ominous for an ominous battle. Let's go ahead and reallocate stuff. Put that back on my bar. Put food on my bar. All right, so we're going to go to our second area down here. It's going to be that stray area. What do I know? I no longer have ominous, so that's the problem. Let's go ahead and redo that then. All right, so we're going to pick up another ominous potion. I'm actually going to get closer to those spawners because I don't want the spawners I was at to reignite. Let's go ahead and go down here. And what we'll do is we'll just use this, and that'll bring up the husks. I should have another husks to look at over here. And I definitely don't want a gust to throw me into that melee. That would kind of be bad. That's exactly what I just said I didn't want. Yep, that's what I was worried about. All right, let's try going back in. Yeah, so even if you do have, you know, these areas kind of safety netted, you do still kind of have to watch out because, keep in mind, all my stuff now and if something hit me hard. That is both of those now. All right, so let's go back and reassess all my stuff. And even with all of that, I still ended up at 4 hearts. I had to pile a steak. I'm down to 2 steaks, I guess. Yes, there are some of my items. All right. So there's my chest plate. Got my bow. And yeah, it's just, it's pretty challenging. So once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for going through a couple of these with me. Y'all have a great day.